Opening shot intro. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a big injury update for the Los Angeles Clippers heading into their game against the Phoenix Suns on November 6, 2025. It's not great news. They're dealing with what seems to be a double blow to their rotation. Both James Harden and Kawhi Leonard have been ruled out for the Suns matchup, leaving the Clippers shorthand at a critical early point in the season. Let's break it all down, what's going on, what it means for the team, and how they might respond. Background context. Going into this season, the Clippers had high expectations. With Kawhi Leonard and James Harden leading the way, the team was hoping to contend again in the Western Conference. But injuries have already begun to creep into their plans. Leonard has been managing knee and ankle issues, and Harden's absence this time is due to personal reasons. As November rolls in, these developments come at a bad time, right as the team tries to establish rhythm and build momentum. What we know, Harden and Leonard ruled out. According to the Clippers injury report released ahead of the Suns game, James Harden has been ruled out due to personal reasons. CBS Sports +1. At the same time, Kawhi Leonard is also unavailable. He's dealing with an ankle issue, more specifically a sprain. DraftKings Network +1. So the double blow is real. Two of their most important players will not suit up versus Phoenix. Implications for the Clippers. Losing Harden and Leonard simultaneously has important ripple effects for the team. First, on offense, both are key scorers and playmakers. Without them, the Clippers are missing two of their prime weapons. On defense, Kawhi Leonard especially provides championship-caliber defensive presence. His absence weakens not just their scoring punch, but their ability to guard potent wings on the Suns roster. Also, from a leadership chemistry standpoint, bench rotations will be disrupted. Players who expected to play supporting roles alongside Harden or take pressure off Kawhi may now be asked to shoulder more responsibility. Young players or bench pieces could see more minutes, but also more pressure. This is especially tough considering it comes relatively early in the season. Teams often use these first few games to settle roles, build cohesion, and accumulate wins before the grind intensifies. What we don't know, what's unclear. While we know they're out for that Suns matchup, several questions remain. How long will Leonard's ankle injury keep him sidelined? Is it just one game or a longer absence? Is Harden's absence likely to stretch beyond this one game? Personal reasons can vary hugely in duration and impact. How will the coach and staff adjust rotations? Who gets more minutes? Will there be changes to the starting lineup? What about fatigue, risk of overuse for remaining healthy players, or adjustments in game plan, e.g. more zone defense, different offensive sets, to compensate for missing firepower? Until the Clippers provide more detailed updates, practice availability, medical pronouncements, etc., those remain open questions. Closer look at Kawhi Leonard's status. Kawhi Leonard's injury history has already been a factor this season. He has battled inflammation, dealt with knee issues in the past, and the Clippers have been cautious with him to avoid aggravating lingering problems. ESPN.com +3 ESPN.com +3 Clipperholics +3. The fact that he now has an ankle sprain on top of it makes it more concerning. Even though we don't yet know the full timeline, the coaching staff will likely be very careful with him, limiting his minutes, adjusting his activity load, or spacing out his return so as not to worsen any underlying structural weakness or risk flare-ups. His presence is more than just points. He affects defense, spacing, and game management in tight situations. Losing him even for a few games can shift how the Clippers approach rotation, game strategy, and risk management. Closer look at James Harden's absence. Harden's being ruled out due to personal reasons adds another layer of uncertainty. It's not a clear injury diagnosis, which means the timeline is ambiguous. Personal reasons could be anything from family emergency to personal leave, which may or may not impact his physical readiness or ability to train. Because it's outside the standard injury protocol, it may also impact his mental readiness or conditioning when he returns. The team may need to adjust his minutes or integrate him back gradually, depending on how long he's off the floor. That said, when he returns, he remains a key piece, especially given his playmaking ability, veteran experience, and offensive firepower. Potential adjustments and who might step up. With Harden and Leonard unavailable for the Suns game, the Clippers will need to lean on their supporting cast. Some possible adjustments. More minutes for bench guards wings, players like Chris Dunn, others in the rotation may step up in backcourt duties. DraftKings Network. Adjusted offensive sets to reduce dependency on isolation scoring, more ball movement, pick-and-roll sets without relying on Harden's initiation. Defensive schemes tweaked to compensate for Kawhi's absence. That might include more help coverage schemes, switching more, or hiding weaker defenders on less potent opponent players. Coach Ty Lue may alter the rotation order temporarily to maintain energy, spacing, and pace without two of his stars. These kinds of short-term strategies will be critical not just for the Suns game, but for managing upcoming matchups while those players are out. What this means for the Suns game, November 6th. In the immediate sense, the Suns game becomes more winnable for Phoenix and tougher for LA. The Suns might adjust aggressively, knowing that the Clippers lack two of their top contributors. Clippers fans might expect less offensive fluency, perhaps slower execution in late game moments, or fewer options in clutch time. On the flip side, it's an opportunity for role players to show what they can do when called upon. Sometimes teams galvanize in the absence of stars, tightening up effort, executing better as a unit. Whether that happens remains to be seen, but the Clippers' margin for error is now thinner. It also adds pressure on the coaching staff to manage load, avoid exacerbating injuries or fatigue for the remaining healthy core, and to maintain competitiveness in a tough Western Conference schedule. Longer-term perspective. If these absences are short-lived, say just 1 or 2 games, the impact may be manageable. But if they stretch longer, or if Leonard's ankle requires rest beyond just a brief layoff, then the Clippers may face ripple effects, disruptions to chemistry, fewer opportunities to develop rhythm, and possibly a higher risk of further injury or wear among supporting players due to increased minutes. It also may affect how fans view their early season momentum, and whether the team can keep pace with rivals building continuity and health. The way the organization manages this, via medical staff, coaching adjustments, rest protocols, and communication with the players, will influence their trajectory down the stretch.